some of that die black, guarantee she'll be flying back. Give her some of that good time, guarantee she'll like that. Give you some of this poison, whoa, me as an antidote. No time on my hands, fam, you know that shit's valuable.
Hola fairies, and welcome back to my channel. It's Arasia Andrea. So using my Age Beautiful anti-aging hair color as well as their foliage developer, I'm going to be mixing these two together, and this color is in the ash blonde color. Now, one fun fact I like to say is that I like to use an additive, which is basically a booster, when kind of taking out the yellow in my frontal of my 613 hair. Not the bundles, just the frontal, only because frontals are a little bit more tricky to lighten when it comes to toning out that yellow, and they usually tend to be a little bit darker than the bundles. That's just what I've learned with using frontals. I don't know what it is about frontals, but frontals are usually a little bit more tricky to get that yellow tone out. So I like to go ahead and bleach it by using a tonal hair color. So I will be leaving everything in the description box of what I use per usual. So all I'm doing right here is just taking the tonal bleach, and I'm just going to be putting that on my frontal. It is absolutely harmless when it comes to toning out this yellow. It's not going to damage my frontal. My frontal is still nice and silky and act like nothing ever happened. So I let that sit for about 30 minutes, and then once it was all out, I just shampooed and conditioned it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and start toning out the bundles and the frontal yet again. So I like to do a purple shampoo wash. So that's basically me toning out that yellow without actually bleaching the bundles. And I'll also be doing this to my frontal as well, because like I said, the frontal is usually a little bit darker. So I pretty much tonal bleached it to where it's the same color as my bundles now. And now I'm just going to go ahead and tone everything all together. So I'm going to be using some Ion Purple shampoo. You can use the Shimmer Lights, but I just think that the Ion is a little bit better. I don't really know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'm just going to be using some warm water in a metal bowl, and I'm just showing you guys the frontal from YWigs. I literally love using the YWigs frontals for the simple fact that they are toned to our skin tone, ladies. Yes. So I also like them because they are pre-plucked as usual. So I'm just going to start by toning out this yellow and this purple shampoo with the frontal. So I like to just dip it into the water first, and then it's like to basically do the same thing over and over again. And I do the same process for about 2 minutes. You don't want to make it so that the purple shampoo is tinting your bundles and frontal to like a purple color, because that means you left it on too long. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get that purple tone out. It would eventually fade over time, but you know, we don't got time for that. We're trying to get everything done today. So just make sure that you're not leaving it in the water for too long. I like to do it for about 2 minutes. And then once that 2 minutes is up, I'm just going to be rinsing that out with some warm water. And then when that is all done, I'm going to be moving on to the bundles. So just doing the same thing to the 613 bundles. I'm just showing you guys a close-up. These bundles are not from YWigs, they are from SuperNova. I just want to give a different hair company a try when it comes to 613 hair, for the simple fact that companies usually do not like you using their 613 hair because it is a little bit tricky when it comes to those bundles. It can be a little bit dry, you know, ends can be a little bit ragged, but for now I really do love their 613 hair. It's super bomb. So yet again, we're going to be toning this hair. So I like to do the purple bleach bath because I don't like to tone the hair too much. So doing it with the purple shampoo, it's just a non-chemical. Technically, I'm not bleaching it. I'm just pretty much using a shampoo to tone out the yellow. And now I'm using an actual toner to tone the hair. So I'm using 12A from Willow Charm, and I mixed it in with a little bit of the 050, which is a cooling violet tone. You guys will see that when I show you guys a close-up of the hair after I purple shampooed it. It is a white blonde, but it's like a yellow undertone. So it's white, but you can kind of see whenever I start to turn the hair, you can see like a yellow tint to it. I didn't want a yellow tint. I wanted more of like a cool blue undertone tint, so like more of like a silver tint. So I just went ahead and toned it with the concoction that I came up with. If you guys like this color, you can definitely just leave it right here and just go ahead and just style your hair, but I just wanted more of a blue undertone than a yellow undertone. I'm just not really a yellow blonde person. I'm more of like a silver platinum kind of girl, but if that's you guys' style, you can definitely just leave it here, but I like more of like a silver undertone. So this is basically what it's going to look like when I wash it out. It's going to get a little bit darker because that's just how tones are when it comes to toning your liquid, but this is more or less the color that I was going for. So all I'm doing right here is just putting the mixture all throughout the hair, and then I will come back with the finished results and then show you guys how I lay my frontals down. Now I have a whole series of how to make my wigs, how to sew my wigs on, how to literally do everything, how to do the elastic band in the back, literally everything, guys. So if you guys have any questions, I will leave some of the videos down below and in the video. And one thing I want to show you guys is I did not lay down the top of this frontal. It is only using an elastic band. I just feel like, what's the point of using the got to be when an elastic band just holds everything down on its own anyway. So the only thing I'm going to be laying down is going to be my sides, and I'm not going to be using the got to be gel. I'm only going to be using the got to be spray, only because it holds just as good as the gel does, and the gel is a little bit messy, and because this is blonde hair and I do have makeup on, I did not want makeup caked up in my hairline. And also, we are not doing baby hair today. I'm just showing you guys how you can literally lay your frontal down without baby hair going on, and it still looks super natural. So all I'm doing is just spraying on my sides and just laying down my sideburns, and I'm doing that on both sides.
Some of that dark black, guarantee she'll be flying back. Give her some of that good time, guarantee she'll like that. Give you some of this.
Now that my sideburns are all intact, I'm just going to be styling my hair, so just spraying a little bit of hairspray and using my hot comb just to flatten out the top and then flatten the hair, and then when everything is done, I will be back with the finished results.
Time you couldn't do this easily. she'll be flying back. Give her some of that good time, guarantee she'll like that. Give you some of this poison, me as an antidote. No time on my hands, fam. You know that shit's valuable.
Okay guys, that concludes the video of how I achieved this color. If you guys want to see how I style my hair, I will definitely do a dedicated video to that to show you how I got the curls that was in the thumbnail pic. But if you guys are not concerned, then that's fine too. But as always, I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video, and that's going to be the makeup presented in this video. As always, I love you guys, and deuces.